Welcome everybody. Today we're going to discuss a little bit more advanced technique in trading. If you want to understand this video, you should watch the introductory video first and the 5-minute video as well, so you can follow along here. This is a technique that I call, I guess you can call it multi-time frame analysis, or time frame compounding, whatever you want to call it. Don't want to get too professorial here, but the basics is to look from the 1 minute all the way up to the 15 and the 30-minute charts, and see if we can catch some of those runners, some of those trades that really do give you 3R, 4R, multiple 30, 40, 50 pips. So this is one example. I remember this trade that was about I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and this was again during the US London session. And what happened was, this is what happened in the morning. We had this giant upsurge, huge uptrend, and I was waiting to see if I can get somewhere on a retracement. So what ended up happening is I was waiting, and what happened was, so we broke up and we get just past this high right here. So what happened next was we retraced, and we came just within a few pips right here. As you can see right here, the low is, it pushed just into this zone here, and I was thinking this zone might actually hold, because this is a huge, this has been proven to be a big action zone right here. So I said, okay, let's wait until price gets down to here, and then we'll see what happens here. So now let's zoom in and see what happened on the 1 minute chart. If you've watched my previous videos, you will notice this setup. This is the 1 minute, basically right at the tip right here, and this setup. This is one of my favorites. You have a lower low right here, and you have perfect right here divergence, a higher high being made. You can clearly see it right here, and you have this beautiful protruding pin bar. I mean, this is just perfect. This doesn't get any better than that. So I said to myself, okay, I'll enter I took a buy here, stop right here, classic, and I said, let's see how this trade progresses. So normally, in this kind of situation, you would take profit. You would look to take profit either here or up here. But in this case, because this was such a huge uptrend, and the way this formed, it was so perfect. I thought, let's see if I can, let's see if anything happens here. So what happened next is when this broke, we formed a very nice pin bar right here. And if you look at the 5-minute chart, it's sitting squarely on this support zone. I mean, this is just, if you look, this is absolutely perfect alignment right here. This just could not get any better. So once this closed, I got my stop to break even, and I thought to myself, let's see if this breaks harder. And so price was very violent. This was very quick upthrust, and what I'm looking to target in this case would be this high right here. It's almost like this is like a swing trade. So as this was developing, I noticed that this could turn and close as a pin bar, because this bar here had not closed yet. It was basically fluctuating right around here. So I said there's a few minutes left, I think it was about 5 minutes left, and I said, let's see if this closes as a pin bar, and of course it did. So imagine you're basically I was in basically right off of the tip right here. So at this point you have your stop to break even, and looking at this bar, I mean, these big pin bars, they usually cause there's a very good chance that you make at least back up to this area here. So I said to myself, you know what, I'll just wait and see if price gets there, and it did. So this entire trade was about 40 pips. So this was about 40 pips on about 8 pip risk. So sometimes you will get these kind of trades. They don't happen very frequently, But when everything lines up, when the support and resistance do line up, like in this case, you get these beautiful setups. You have to be a little bit patient, and this does take experience to hold through this, because it seems easy when you analyze it in hindsight, but it's not that easy when you're in the trade, because you have to kind of sacrifice your profit for a bigger move. In my case, when price actually made it right up to here, to this zone, I actually bailed out right here. I could have held a little bit more for this top here, but I didn't actually. I chickened out, I have to admit, and I basically exited the full position right here, because I saw this was a very strong zone right here. You can see clearly resistance, broke through, support, came back down, resistance. This was used very well. So this area was very strong. So once price got up here, I just decided the hell with it, I'll just exit here and take my profit. Basically, so this is also another way, if you wanna if you really have patience to wait for these trades, when they do line up, they do produce very rapid movements. And these trades, another tip is they do not look back. Once they break, they're very violent. It's not like other trades where it will break, it will hit here, then will kind of screw around over here before it goes up. I mean, this is just a straight up move. So what you want to do is basically look for these kind of opportunities. As you can see clearly on the 5-minute chart as well, we had a huge uptrend. In every trend there's a retrace, so I waited for the retrace. We hit this zone right here, and then we formed divergence right on it. This absolutely beautiful setup. So if you do have the patience, you can basically take these kind of swing trades. Here's another example I'm about to show you. This is a very similar situation right here. This was again about a week back, I think. Again, very similar scenario. We have a huge upthrust. Again, same story. Big breakout. We get the retracement, and as soon as price hits right this zone, you can clearly tell this is going to be support. So when it breaks, as soon as price pushes into it, and then as this is happening, I'm basically watching all the time frames, the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, to see what's going on down here. When price gets here, these are the interesting zones. So this is basically a 5-minute chart of the same area. Okay, so here we go. We get the big breakout, we get the pullback. If you zoom out, we're sitting right there. Perfect placement. You can tell here, support right here. This was support before, and now it will be resistance. So we get a big breakout, get a pullback right into that zone. You can see how the bar pushes into it. This is where the stop run occurs. Right there. It does not get any more perfect than this. This is what you're looking for. So it pushes hard and it closes back up, and you get this huge pin bar, and you can see the divergence right there. Perfect divergence. You get one low here, it comes back, and again you get the pin bar right below this last this zone here. Again, it went in about 14 pips in, took out everybody's order, and then ran it back up. So you can see the divergence right here. Lower low, price makes a lower low, and you get perfect divergence right here. You get perfect placement right here. Everything lines up perfectly. So here's what my order, the way I played this at the time was, I placed a buy stop right here. The bar broke, had my stop right back down here, and now when I entered this 5 minute on the 5-minute chart, this bar, these two bars right here, had not closed yet, so they were still fluctuating. And I thought to myself, if this closes up as a huge pin bar, which it did, there's a very good chance that we might make it back up to this swing high here, this area. You can tell, very clear zone. So the way I managed this particular trade is, okay, so I got in here, stop was down here. So this bar is still fluctuating, and I'm thinking if this closes up, we're going to get a huge pin bar. And so we did. So basically my entry was right at here, 1.42, I think it was 4280, around here, 4280. So basically my entry would have been right here, 4280, right here. So I had my entry here. This bar managed to close on the 30-minute time frame. We got this huge pin bar, as you can see right here. Perfect alignment, pin bar. So my thought process was, once this closed, I thought to myself, okay, stop was a break even, and let's see if price can make it back up to this level. And surely the next two bars we broke hard. And basically I exited, actually I exited right around this bar. I didn't hold all the way up until the top, I have to be honest. But so again a very successful sort of swing trade. If you watch my previous videos, I always usually take profit at the next support or resistance. In this case, if you took this trade normally, you would have targeted basically this area. But because this closed up as a huge pin bar, I thought, there might be some more juice in this left, so I'll just target this zone here. And I actually closed out right here. When this broke, I closed out about up here. So that was an extra 20 pips. So instead of a sort of a one-to-one, it was a bit more reward. So this is kind of like a multi time frame analysis. So when you see these kind of bars forming early, and these kind of big elongated, I call them pin bars, whatever you want to call them, dojis, whatever. So when you see these kind of bars forming, you sometimes, if you're patient, you will catch these bigger moves. It's easier right now when I explain in hindsight. When I was in the trade, it was a little bit more nerve-wracking, but with experience and patience, you can catch some of these runners. This won't always happen, of course, but sometimes you just have a kind of like a sixth sense, if you want to call it, or whatnot. Sometimes you just you think there's a good chance that this will close as a huge pin bar, so you can get these kind of swing trades. So if you like to get multiple R reward, if you don't like to take profit earlier, you can watch for these kind of scenarios to develop. So look for pin bars all the way from the 1 minute up to the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Again, look for divergences, of course. Always look for divergence. That's what you want to see. You want to see divergence. You want to see alignments, again, with prior support and resistance areas. Just like right here, this could not be any more perfect. I don't know if I can find a better example of this, but it's just absolutely perfect. This is what you're looking for. Breakout, classic pullback, divergence, pin bar, and then just get this nice move out. So yeah, this is the multi time frame analysis. It takes a lot of time, I guess, to develop this kind of sense, if you will. But after a while, you can see them developing. You'll start to understand the structure a little bit better, and you get more confident, and you'll be able to pull off these kind of blockbuster trades. So yeah, enjoy, and I hope you like this video.